Good evening. Welcome to the Thursday, November 4th, 2021 City of West Point West work session. Call the meeting to order. Tonight we're going to start with a public hearing. I'll call a public hearing in order for the following items. We have the 2022 proposed budget. We have the rezoning for Arrowhead Drive, the rezoning for Sunset Drive, rezoning for 80 Sandtown Road, and the rezoning for 44 Sandtown Road. Are there any citizens in attendance that would like to make a public comment on the 2022 proposed budget? That's our first item. The following rezoning requests have been recommended by staff and approved by the City of West Point Municipal Planning Board. Is there anyone here to speak in support of the rezoning of two parcels located on the corner of Arrowhead Drive and Sunset Drive from the current zoning of general commercial to R1A residential? Anyone here to speak in opposition to the rezoning? Is anyone in attendance to speak in support of the rezoning of a parcel located at 80 Sandtown Road from general commercial to R1A residential? Anyone here to speak in opposition to the rezoning? Is anyone in attendance to speak in support of the rezoning of a parcel located at 44 Sandtown Road from general commercial to R-1A residential? Anyone here to speak in opposition to the rezoning? Since I hear nothing, this public hearing is now closed, and now I will call the work session to order. I need a motion to approve the agenda and a second on that and a vote. We have new business of Harris County Business Park expansion. We have the ECG joint purchasing. We have board and committee appointments. 1111 Second Avenue request for residential use. Traffic calming installation locations. 2022 proposed budget, and the rezoning request. Those are the items on our agenda. I need a motion to approve it.
So moved.
Okay, a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so let's go on to new business. We'll start with the Harris County Business Park expansion. Harris County is planning to develop a 35-acre site in the business park that will include the construction of stormwater infrastructure, a roadway to the site, and grading of the site. The City of West Point is the service provider for water, sewer, and natural gas in the business park. The city's cost to expand these services to the park is $639,000. These funds are available through Harris County SPLOST and gas revenue funds. Is there any discussion or questions from the council? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to the ECG joint purchasing. Electric Cities of Georgia is requesting that the City of West Point accept a modified interparticipant contract joint purchasing service cost allocation. The change will divide the cost of joint purchasing equally among all participant members of ECG. The change will increase the cost of the city $765 for the budget year July 1, 2022 through July 1, 2023. Is there any council discussion or questions regarding the joint purchasing? All right. Next is the board and committee appointments. We have two current members of the Historic Preservation Commission, Jane Fuller and Marshall Sapp, have made application to continue to serve on the West Point Historic Preservation Commission for 3 years. Any discussion, questions, comments regarding that? Okay. We will move on. 1111 Second Avenue request for residential use. Now, I'm the owner of this property and I made the request for residential use. I will not participate in the discussion or vote on this item. Ed, why don't you describe the item?
Okay. The property located at 1111 Second Avenue is currently zoned Central Business District. The owner has requested to use the street level for residential purposes. The city ordinance allows the use requested with the city council approval.
Okay, council, do you have any discussion, questions about this?
I have one. So it's going from commercial to residential. Is that correct?
It will not change the zoning. It's just these properties in the Central Business District can have street level residential if the council approves it.
Okay.
But the zoning stays the same. The zoning will stay commercial.
Okay.
It's the same thing we've done on the other properties downtown that we've allowed for residential.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay. We will move on to traffic calming installation locations. City staff has presented 4 locations for the installation of traffic calming all-way stops. The locations are Avenue C and East 7th Street, MLK Drive and Hatchet Street, Avenue K and East 9th Street, and East 6th Street and Bellwood Drive. Is there any discussion, questions regarding that? Okey-dokey. I'm going to move on then to the 2022 proposed budget. The city manager has prepared and presented the 2022 proposed budget to the mayor, city council, and community. Do you all have any questions or comments regarding the 2022 budget? Seems like we're all in favor of the new budget. So we will move on now to the rezoning request. There are requests for the rezoning of 4 parcels in the city. The mayor and council have received information on this request. All legal requirements have been met, including a public hearing in the meeting tonight. So is there any other comment or questions regarding the rezoning?
Mr. Mayor, I will recuse myself from this because I live on one of these streets.
Okay. Do you,
I'll do that.
are we doing these as a block vote, or are we gonna do each one individually?
Do each one.
So you just recuse yourself from the sunset?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, the items on the agenda for the business meeting for Monday, November 8th, 2021 will be the utility improvements for the Harris County Business Park expansion, to amend the ECG IPC for joint purchasing, appoint 2 members to the Historic Preservation Commission, consider request for residential use at 1111 2nd Avenue, consider the installation of traffic calming all-way stops at 4 locations, and the property rezoning on 4 parcels. So those would be our items for Monday night, November 8th at 5:30. And that concludes our business tonight. We have council announcements.
Hey, excuse me, Steve, can I go
Yes.
back? Y'all mind?
Sure, no, go ahead.
Yeah, the wage and salary study, that's gonna be done for all city employees.
Right, yes, we'll present that in 2022, so that we did one in 2011, I believe it was, and Carl Vinson Institute did that study. So we'll need to hire a consultant, they'll come in and they'll go through all those for all city employees.
Is it in a specific area that we would like to focus on, or we just?
Well, I think because of the issues that we're seeing now with being able to hire,
Yeah.
some cities specifically in our region, which even though we're smaller, and we're still in competition with many of those to hire. So I think there's probably gonna be some adjustments that they'll see, but instead of us trying to make those incrementally, I think we can just look at the entire organization.
And that's what I want to touch on. I hope when that time comes, I hope the council consider looking at, especially our street crews and things of that sort, being that doing this, it is not just a reward, but look at, it's an increase that's probably needed throughout, especially the way they perform during the pandemics and things of that such, that we can bring their wages up to, not just, I know sometimes we look at what's the normal living wages and stuff like that.
Right.
Sometimes if it's available, if we can make those wages more attractive to, hiring better talent and hiring more talent and things like that, but also kind of put those guys that's already there and who stay loyal to the city in a more attractive wage, I would say. So I hope the council will consider that when that time comes.
Thank you. And on that note, we do have announcements tonight, and I want to say, we just went through an election, and Henry, I've thoroughly enjoyed serving with you, and I think you have been an asset to this board. You've proven that you think for yourself, and you're very forward-thinking, and I am confident that you're going to continue to do good things for this city regardless. So, absolutely.
I appreciate everybody here for helping me along. I can't say that I think that every member, not just the council, but also staff, have some way touched me or assisted me with my growth as a council member and as a person also. I think when I joined the council, even before I was optimistic and had my own thoughts on how things is and should be. And I'm leaving this seat with a whole different perspective. I think the city is in good hands. As with anything, we all feel like it's things that need to be improved, but I think it's in good hands and headed in the right direction. I would encourage you guys to continue to path forward, continue to be steadfast in where we're trying to go as a city. The foundation is being laid, and don't look back. That's what the best I can tell you. Don't look back. Let's look forward. In any way I can assist in any form of fashion, please reach out and ask. I still plan on continuing to serve my city.
We're gonna count on your support.
Amen, amen.
Yes.
amen.
Any other announcements?
I have one.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, some football.
yes. For the second year in a row, our West Point Rate 11 and 12-year-old team will be playing in the Textile Bowl. If you're not familiar with the Textile Bowl, it's the recreation football championship. To be the privilege of coaching those teams and being able to play 2 years in a row, I can't say myself it's a privilege to work with these kids. And this year we made history. We had our first girl that's on record to play a full season of football and actually score a touchdown. Brooke Remley. So I think that's something that should be celebrated also. And to top that off, this week she was chosen the Houston Clinic Athlete of the Week. That honor usually just go to high school and local college athletes and things of that such. So that's a big accomplishment on her part, and I had the privilege to coach not only her but the rest of the kids, and I really enjoyed it. November the 15th, we'll be playing in the Textile Bowl at 7:30 p.m. I ask that if you can't make it, just show your support in any way that you possibly can. These kids have worked really hard to be where they're at, and like I said, it's a privilege of mine and an honor to be able to coach and volunteer participate.
Where is the Textile Bowl and what
It'll
time?
be at Callaway Stadium.
And what time?
7:30 p.m.
7:30.
And it's a big deal. It really is. They roll it out. So the kids, really enjoy to get their name calls and see themselves on the jumbo screen. So it's real good atmosphere for them to be in.
So you encouraging girls to play football?
I do. And I'm gonna tell you, I was very optimistic because I never had to coach a girl in football. But the easy thing for me to do was I couldn't treat her any different. And she made it so easy for me. This girl is awesome. She's literally probably the top 3 players on the team, and that's amazing because the kids they welcome her with open arms, and you got several kids that actually look up to her. And she's a 10-year-old. She's playing out of her age group. And that's just amazing. So I mean, like I said, I'm happy to be a part of it, and just watching her grow as an athlete is just something that I'm glad I was able to witness.
Awesome. Anybody else? No other announcements? Then I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
And a second. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Don't want to stay. All right. Back Monday night, 5:30, November 8th. We'll see you then.
You got D-Dar's number. Oh, you did, okay, all right.
Sir,
On
good
here,
to see you.
on here, let's go on home.